Football rivalries. They're what make grown adults paint their faces, scream at strangers, and genuinely believe a game can ruin their entire week. From local derbies that divide cities to international grudge matches that span generations, these aren't just games. They're wars fought with a ball. Let's break down the most intense rivalries in football history. Buckle up, this is going to get heated. El Clásico. We start with the big one. Barcelona versus Real Madrid, El Clásico. This isn't just about football. It's politics, culture, identity. Barcelona represents Catalan independence and rebellion, while Real Madrid is the establishment, the royalty, the Spanish capital. We're talking Messi versus Ronaldo, Cruyff versus Di Stefano, and over a century of absolute chaos. 5-0 thrashing, last-minute winners, red cards, and enough drama to fill a Netflix series. These two clubs have more than 180 Clásicos between them, and every single one feels like the world's watching, because they are. The Northwest Derby Liverpool, Manchester United, England's biggest rivalry. One city built on docks and working-class grit, the other on Industrial Revolution money. These two clubs have dominated English football for decades, winning over 40 league titles between them. Gerrard's slip, Cantona's kung fu kick, Torres's winner at Old Trafford. This rivalry has everything: history, hatred, and the kind of tackles that make you wince just watching the replay. Old Firm Celtic versus Rangers. Glasgow is literally split in half. Green versus blue. Catholic versus Protestant. This rivalry is so intense, it's caused actual riots. We're talking police escorts, banned songs, and a sectarian divide that goes way beyond football. These two have played each other over 430 times, and the atmosphere is always absolutely electric, and occasionally terrifying. This is tribal football at its most raw. Super Clásico. Boca Juniors versus River Plate, Buenos Aires, Argentina. The most intense rivalry on the planet, according to anyone who's been there. Boca is the working-class harbor neighborhood. River is the wealthier, more polished north. The 2018 Copa Libertadores final had to be moved to Madrid because fans literally attacked the River team bus. That's the level we're at. Maradona played for Boca. The passion is unmatched. The stakes are always life or death. Derby della Madonnina, AC Milan versus Inter Milan. Same city, same stadium, San Siro, different souls. Inter has always been the people's club, while Milan carried aristocratic elegance. This is Italian football at its finest: tactical battles, individual brilliance, and a shared home that becomes a war zone 20 times a season. Zlatan, Ronaldo, Maldini, legends have graced this derby, and the bragging rights last until the next meeting. Der Klassiker Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund, Germany's modern heavyweight clash. Yeah, it's not ancient history, but it's pure quality. Bayern is the billion-dollar machine that wins everything. Dortmund is the underdog with the yellow wall. 80,000 fans creating an atmosphere that shakes the stadium. Lewandowski switching sides, last-minute title deciders, and Champions League drama. This is the Bundesliga's crown jewel. North London derby Arsenal versus Tottenham. Spurs have history, but Arsenal has the trophies. That sentence alone explains this rivalry. It started in 1913 when Arsenal moved from South to North London, Tottenham's territory, and locals never forgave them. We're talking Adebayor running the length of the pitch to celebrate in front of Arsenal fans, Van Persie switching sides, and Spurs constantly living in Arsenal's shadow despite their new stadium and Harry Kane. Derby d'Italia, Juventus versus Inter Milan. Italy's most successful clubs battling for supremacy. Calcopoli, the 2006 match-fixing scandal, added nuclear fuel to this fire. Juve got relegated. Inter got their titles. The grudge is real. Ronaldo, Baggio, Ibrahimovic, they've all played in this fixture. It's tactical chess mixed with genuine animosity, and it always delivers drama. Merseyside derby, Liverpool versus Everton. The friendly derby, except it's not that friendly anymore. These fans live on the same streets, work together, even sit at the same dinner tables. But on match day? Forget it. Everton is the original Liverpool club, the establishment. Liverpool became the rebel that conquered Europe. Now one's elite, the other's struggling. And that's made things even more tense. Rivalry Borussia Dortmund versus Schalke 04. The Ruhr Valley rivalry. Two working-class cities separated by 20 miles and infinite hatred. Schalke hasn't won the league since 1958. Dortmund reminds them constantly. The Yellow Wall versus the Royal Blues. This is pure, unfiltered industrial town football beef, and it's glorious. Manchester Derby, Manchester United versus Manchester City. This used to be Big Brother versus annoying little brother. Then oil money arrived in 2008, and City became a superpower. Now it's Guardiola versus whoever United hire next, Aguero's last-second title winner, and City dominating while United tries to remember what success feels like. The power shift has been seismic, and United fans are not handling it well. Derby de la Capital, Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid, Madrid's other rivalry. Atletico is the working-class alternative to Real's Galacticos. They've always been in Real's shadow, but under Simeone, they've fought back hard, winning La Liga titles and reaching Champions League finals. It's grit versus glamour, and Atletico loves playing the villain. International rivalries. Let's talk countries. England versus Germany, 2 world wars and 1 World Cup, as the song goes. Brazil versus Argentina. Pelé versus Maradona. Messi versus Ronaldo, pure South American passion. Netherlands versus Germany, total football versus efficiency. Spain versus Portugal, Iberian neighbors who can't stand each other. These matches transcend club football and become national pride on steroids. African and Asian fire, Egypt's Al Ahly versus Zamalek. The Cairo derby is absolutely massive, with political and class divisions. Turkey's Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce splits Istanbul. Iran's Persepolis versus Istiklal is 100,000 fans screaming in Tehran. South Korea versus Japan carries historical weight beyond football. These rivalries matter just as much as anything in Europe, and the passion is off the charts. Derby della Capitale, Roma versus Lazio. Rome is split down the middle. Roma is the people's club. Lazio has the right-wing ultras. Francesco Totti is a god to Roma fans for staying his entire career and scoring in derby after derby. This rivalry has politics, violence, and some of the most choreographed ultra displays you'll ever see. It's beautiful and terrifying in equal measure. So there you have it, every major football rivalry explained in 9 minutes. From El Clasico's billion-dollar showdowns to the old firm's sectarian chaos, from Buenos Aires bus attacks to Manchester's power shift, these rivalries are what make football more than just a game. They're about identity, history, pride, and occasionally genuinely hating the team from across town. These matches are why we watch, why we care, why we lose our minds over 22 people kicking a ball. Because in the end, rivalries aren't just about winning. They're about never, ever letting them forget when you do. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments which rivalry I missed that absolutely should have been here. Because trust me, I know you've got opinions.